Imagine for a moment that one tiny act, so small you might barely notice it, could change the course of someone's entire life. Picture a simple word, a single gesture, a fleeting moment of kindness landing at the exact moment someone needed it most. That small moment could ignite courage they didn't know they had, spark a belief in themselves they thought was lost, and set them on a path to greatness they never dreamed was possible. Today, I want to take you on a journey that shows how a single act of compassion, a small decision to step up and make a difference, can ripple out and transform not only a life, but the lives of everyone around it. This isn't about luck, chance, or extraordinary circumstances. It's about understanding the incredible power each of us holds every day, the power to change someone's world with something so simple, yet so profound. By the end of this talk, you're going to see how what seems like a tiny gesture can become the catalyst for courage, resilience, and extraordinary achievement, and you'll leave inspired to make that difference yourself. If you want, I can now write the full speech, weaving all 6 key notes into a compelling, continuous Tony Robbins-style narrative that keeps the audience fully engaged until the very last word. Do you want me to do that next? Absolutely. Let's dive deep into the first keynote, power of one small gesture. It's astonishing how a single simple gesture can alter the course of someone's life. Often we underestimate the impact of a brief smile, a word of encouragement, or a small act of generosity. We think change must come through grand, sweeping actions. But the truth is that the seeds of transformation are often planted in the quiet, unnoticed moments. Imagine a person standing at the edge of doubt, unsure of their abilities, weighed down by fear and uncertainty. In that fragile moment, a kind word or a supportive glance can act as a spark, lighting a fire that has been dormant for years. It's not the size of the gesture that matters, but the intention behind it and the timing. A single act of recognition, a moment of patience, or even a gentle challenge can make someone realize they are seen, that their potential is noticed, and that they are capable of more than they believe. Human beings are wired to respond to connection, to acknowledgement, and to empathy. When someone reaches out, even in the smallest way, it sends a message that says, you matter and your life has value. That message can shift someone's self-perception, giving them the courage to take the next step, the motivation to pursue their dreams, and the resilience to overcome obstacles. One small gesture can create a ripple effect that touches every corner of a person's life. It can inspire confidence, spark creativity, and ignite a sense of purpose. What feels insignificant to the giver often becomes monumental to the receiver because it meets them at a moment of need. Small a. CTS also remind us that we don't need to wait for perfection, wealth, or opportunity to make a difference. Kindness, encouragement, and support are available to everyone in every circumstance. A brief conversation, a note of appreciation, or even simply listening with genuine attention can be the turning point in someone's story. These seemingly minor gestures accumulate, shaping attitudes, influencing decisions, and ultimately redirecting the path of a life. When we embrace the power of one small gesture, we begin to see the extraordinary potential hidden in ordinary moments, realizing that the smallest spark can ignite the most profound transformation. If you want, I can also write the detailed explanation for the remaining keynotes in the same style so you'll have a full, cohesive foundation for your speech. Do you want me to do that? There's a profound truth in the idea that timing can determine the impact of any act of kindness. It's not just what we do, but when we do it, that often leaves a lasting imprint on someone's life. People are constantly navigating challenges, doubts, and uncertainties, and a well-timed gesture can arrive like a lifeline just when it's needed most. Consider someone who is struggling quietly, feeling isolated or overwhelmed by circumstances that seem insurmountable. A word of encouragement or a small, thoughtful action delivered at precisely the moment of their greatest vulnerability can resonate, far deeper than if it came during a time of comfort or stability. Timing creates a sense of synchronicity, a moment where the act of kindness intersects perfectly with the recipient, its emotional state, amplifying its effect. It is in these moments that people experience clarity, renewed motivation, or a shift in perspective that alters their trajectory. Many people go through life discounting the impact of small gestures, thinking they might not make a difference, but when delivered at a critical point, even a simple smile, a helping hand, or a listening ear can feel transformative. It can restore hope, reinforce self-worth, and instill the courage to act when hesitation might otherwise hold them back. The power of timing also teaches a lesson in attentiveness. Noticing when someone is in need and responding with genuine care demonstrates empathy and awareness that are profoundly human. Life-changing moments often occur not because of grand plans, but because someone was present at the right time with the right intention. In a world that moves quickly and often overlooks the struggles of others, recognizing the importance of timing can magnify the impact of kindness, creating momentum that carries forward into bigger actions and opportunities. A perfectly timed gesture can awaken someone's potential, redirect their focus, or even shift their belief about what is possible in their life, showing that sometimes the difference between giving hope and missing it lies in the simple alignment of action and moment. Bell. Believing in someone's potential can be one of the most transformative gifts a person can offer. Every individual carries within them the capacity for growth, achievement, and change, yet many struggle to recognize it themselves. Often self-doubt, past failures, or fear of the unknown clouds the awareness of what they are truly capable of accomplishing. In these moments, the belief of another person can act as a mirror, reflecting possibilities that the individual has yet to see. When someone shows genuine faith in another's abilities, it ignites a sense of confidence that cannot be easily manufactured through self-motivation alone. This belief doesn't require grand gestures or elaborate demonstrations. It can manifest in the simplest ways: a word of encouragement, recognition of effort, or a gentle push to take a first step. The power lies in the conviction behind the belief, in the sincerity that communicates, "I know you can do this even if you can't see it yet." Human beings respond to validation, and when someone affirms their potential, it often releases energy and determination that have been held back by fear or uncertainty. This effect can ripple through every area of life, influencing decisions, actions, and the pursuit of dreams that once seemed unattainable. Belief in human potential is not just about optimism, it's about creating an environment where growth becomes possible. It fosters resilience, encourages experimentation, and supports persistence, even in the face of setbacks. It teaches that failure is not a verdict, but a stepping stone toward mastery and self-realization. Furthermore, when someone experiences this kind of belief early in their journey, it can permanently shape the way they view themselves, instilling a mindset that embraces challenge rather than shying away from it. The act of believing in another person transcends encouragement. It becomes a catalyst for unlocking their innate abilities, enabling them to take risks, pursue passions, and rise above limitations they once accepted as unchangeable. The subtle yet profound impact of this belief demonstrates that human potential is not fixed, and that recognition, support, and genuine confidence in another's abilities can spark transformations that endure far beyond the initial moment of validation. Kindness has a way of extending far beyond the moment in which it is given, creating ripples that touch lives in ways that are often invisible at first. When someone experiences a genuine act of care or support, it does more than uplift them in that moment. It changes how they interact with the world around them. One small gesture, whether a thoughtful word, a helping hand, or a moment of understanding, has the power to inspire gratitude, hope, and motivation. This influence often spreads beyond the immediate recipient as they carry that experience forward into their own actions, treating others with more empathy, patience, and generosity. It is a chain reaction that can extend far beyond what the original giver might ever witness, shaping communities and even influencing generations. The ripple effect of kindness is grounded in the human tendency to mirror what we receive. When someone experiences compassion, they are more likely to extend it to others, consciously or unconsciously, because it awakens the awareness that small gestures can create meaningful change. This effect also reinforces the idea that our actions are never truly isolated. Every interaction carries the potential to influence attitudes, decisions, and even life paths. In times of struggle or adversity, a single act of kindness can create momentum that reshapes a person's outlook, helping them see possibilities where they previously saw obstacles. It demonstrates that even the smallest contribution can have far-reaching consequences, especially when it comes at a time when someone feels unseen or unsupported. The beauty of this ripple effect is that it multiplies over time. One act can inspire another, which inspires another, gradually forming a wave of positivity and encouragement that extends well beyond the initial point of contact. This is why paying attention to the small ways we can help, encourage, or support others is so important. We often underestimate the long-term significance of our actions, forgetting that even the smallest gestures, when performed with intention and sincerity, can touch lives in ways we may never fully understand or witness, creating an ongoing legacy of compassion, influence, and transformation. Pain and struggle are inevitable parts of life, but how they are experienced and transformed can define the course of a person's journey. When someone encounters genuine kindness or support during moments of difficulty, it can serve as a catalyst for transforming that pain into a driving force for growth and achievement. Experiencing compassion in a time of vulnerability reminds individuals that they are not alone and that their challenges are not insurmountable. This external validation can shift the perception of suffering from being purely a burden to being a source of insight, motivation, and resilience. When people feel supported, they are often inspired to rise above their circumstances, channeling their experiences into meaningful action. Pain, when combined with encouragement or guidance, can become the foundation for purpose because it teaches lessons that comfort and success alone rarely offer. It shapes empathy, perseverance, and understanding, creating a depth of character that allows individuals to connect with others on a profound level. Those who have experienced transformation through support often find themselves driven to make a difference, not just for themselves, but for others who face similar struggles. The act of turning pain into purpose involves reframing adversity as an opportunity for growth, recognizing that challenges can uncover hidden strengths and untapped potential. A small gesture of kidney during these moments can be pivotal, giving someone the courage to take the first step toward reclaiming their life or pursuing a dream they thought was lost. This process also demonstrates the power of resilience, showing that setbacks are not endpoints, but rather detours that, when navigated with guidance and encouragement, can lead to meaningful impact. Pain becomes not a limitation, but a source of motivation, a story that fuels determination and inspires action. By embracing their experiences, individuals can channel energy from moments of struggle into initiatives, goals, and contributions that resonate far beyond themselves. The ripple effect continues, as those who have transformed their challenges into purpose often extend the same support and inspiration to others, demonstrating that even the darkest moments can carry the seeds of extraordinary achievement when met with compassion, insight, and encouragement. Words have power, but action has the ability to transform lives in ways that words alone cannot achieve. Many people speak of encouragement, support, and guidance, yet it is the tangible demonstration of care that leaves a lasting mark on someone's journey. A simple promise, compliment, or advice may be inspiring in the moment, but when it is accompanied by deliberate action, it becomes unforgettable. Showing up, extending a hand, or taking even a small step to help another person communicate sincerity and commitment far more clearly than speech. People notice when someone invests their time, energy, or presence in another person's life, and that investment carries a weight that words cannot match. Small acts of action, whether it is listening attentively, assisting in a task, offering mentorship, or simply being present, serve as proof that someone truly cares, creating a sense of trust, security, and validation. Action bridges the gap between intention and impact, turning abstract ideas like encouragement or support into lived experiences that shape self-belief, motivation, and confidence. Even minor deeds performed consistently can create momentum that inspires profound change, demonstrating to someone that they are not alone in their journey. Action also teaches by example, modeling behaviors that others can emulate, showing that principles such as kindness, persistence, and generosity are not just concepts, but practical choices that produce results. This approach highlights that life-changing influence rarely comes from what is said, but from what is done. How we engage with others, respond to their needs, and commit to making a difference through tangible effort. Furthermore, action has a reinforcing effect on the person giving it, deepening empathy, strengthening connection, and fostering a sense of purpose. When someone witnesses action in support of them, it ignites a motivation that words alone cannot sustain, empowering them to take their own steps forward. The essence of action over words is that transformation occurs. In movement, in the tangible execution of care and commitment, in the deliberate choice to contribute to someone else's life rather than merely talk about it, demonstrating that even the smallest gestures, when acted upon, can create ripple effects, shape destinies, and inspire confidence, courage, and determination in ways that transcend what any words could ever convey. So, as we reflect on the power of a single act of kindness, remember this: greatness is not built in grand gestures or monumental events. It is built in the small, intentional choices we make every day, the words we speak, the support we give, the presence we offer. Every smile, every encouraging word, every helping hand has the power to ignite belief, spark courage, and create ripples that extend far beyond what we can see. Your actions matter more than you realize, and the smallest gesture at the right moment could change the course of someone's life forever. Step forward with confidence, embrace the opportunities to make a difference, and trust that even the tiniest act of compassion carries the weight of transformation. Your life, your actions, your presence, they all have the power to shape the world in ways you may never fully understand.